This is the Dallas Morning News.
Eat, Drink, DFW from the Dallas Morning News is made possible by Central Market.
North Texas food fans, it's time for another episode of Eat, Drink, DFW from the Dallas Morning News. Every week, our food staff loves to dig into the local restaurant scene, talk about food and drink trends, and those things that make North Texas, North Texas. This is Anna Butler. I'm the News' food and events editor and your podcast host. This week, we're diving into what, for me, is the most wonderful time of the year, college football season. We'll be talking about the best things to bring to or serve at a sporting event, but also where to watch games in North Texas that, of course, have tasty food. We'll also be talking about the restaurants in Dallas we feel are worth the price tag. So stick around. You won't want to miss this.
Central Market is really into food. Like when we say cheese, it's in 12 languages into food. Butchers, bakers, and sushi roll makers into food. We're talking so obsessive about quality you could shop blindfolded into food. Central Market is really into food. If you are too, then let us turn your shopping list into a treasure map. Get inspired, get adventurous, or just get a chef-made dinner when you've got more taste buds than time. No place makes every meal more amazing like Central Market. Really into food. Shop now at centralmarket.com.
And we're back. For the latest food and restaurant news, visit dallasnews.com/food and tell us what you think about our coverage at eatdrink@dallasnews.com. Today, I am joined by our food writers, Sarah Blaskovich, Claire Baller, and Imelda Garcia. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi. Hey. Okay, so we have something a little different. Imelda brought us a snack today. It's Coke-flavored Oreos and Oreo-flavored Coke.
This is so weird.
Both? It's both?
Yeah, it's both. I was at the supermarket this weekend and I was like, what is that? I need to try that with the girls. So I brought you this Coke, this flavored Oreo Coke, but I saw in their website that this special edition of Coke is to celebrate friendship. So the friend of the Coke, of the Oreo flavored Coke is Coke flavor Oreos. So it's like a partnership between them. So it's crazy. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
says besties forever on the back. I believe the idea is that Coke and Oreos, two huge brands, are besties. Now, it's the first time I've heard of this friendship.
Yes, and I feel like what happened between Oreos and milk? Like, was there a falling out?
Or Oreos and Peter Pan peanut butter?
Yeah, exactly.
Or Jack Daniels and Coke. Obviously.
Obviously.
They're better than best friends. I think they're married.
Maybe the kids that ate the Oreos with the milk, now they are grown ups, So now they drink Coke instead of milk.
Imelda, were these sold next to each other?
No, actually, no.
Oh, no.
That's confusing.
Yeah, I know.
That's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Wait, so you found one and then at the other side of the store, like saw the other?
And you were like, really?
Yeah.
Like one was enough.
Yeah. I know, right? So, okay, let's do this, people.
Are we doing that bad boy open?
These are tiny cans
Okay,
of Coke.
Here you go. So,
Zero sugar.
neither Claire nor Anna like Coke.
Mm-mm.
Like, just don't like it,
I
right?
like Coke with liquor in it. Not as much anymore as I did when I was 21.
The smell. Okay, wait, I have to tell you guys something. This morning, Anna told me, direct quote, Oreos are my favorite chemical.
Good.
I heard that too.
You just happen to be talking about Oreos, and then Imelda brought the chemical into the room.
Happy coincidence.
I have a strong feeling about Oreos in that there's nothing natural about them. I don't want anyone to ever argue with me about it, but I do think it's part of why millennials have aged so well. It's because all of our processed food, and Oreo is definitely in that family.
Are you trying to say we haven't aged well, Anna?
No, we've raged really. We are
Raged.
preserved.
That was a Freudian
raged
slip.
really well.
Raged.
Well, we also have Botox now,
Okay,
so it's okay.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Sorry.
I'm one step ahead of you, and I do not like this.
Claire grimaced.
It doesn't taste like Oreo to me.
No.
It tastes like bad soda.
Yeah, it's too
The-
chemical for
The
me.
nose is still Coke.
Oh, no, sorry. I inhaled it.
I think that there's an extra funk because this is Coke Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Just guys, we are concerned about our sugar intake, which is why Oreos are part of this. What in the world?
Cookie soda.
Diabetes soda.
Yeah.
I thought there would be much more of a cookies and cream taste because Oreos are cookies and cream flavor, like in an ice cream or something. And so there's none of that chocolate vanilla mixture
No.
that you would get in a cookies and cream anything.
I don't know if this is just me and my like unaccustomed Coke palate, but it's an immediate bad aftertaste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also not enough fizziness here.
No.
Oh, it is a canned one.
Yeah, that's true. We've all seen the Instagram reels about the people who can pick blindfolded the fountain Diet Coke versus the regular one. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, well now I need to know if the Oreos are better
Let's
than
try
the
it.
Coke because that was disappointing.
Can I
Yeah.
say how satisfying it is that Oreos now have the top release to where you can open it up from the top as opposed to from the side?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
It says with popping candy on the side of it. Why are you hiding that?
Also, that's not an Oreo.
Look at this. It's one cookie is red because of Coke, and the other one is black.
Wait,
like
also,
the
Coke
glass.
isn't red.
So wow. Oh,
I guess the
forgot
label
Coke.
is.
Label is? I don't know. And I think they added the popping candy, Imelda, because of the fizziness of the soda. It's taking a couple steps.
Right, I feel like Pop Rock should be in on this then.
Besties shouldn't do this to each other.
I know. I'm so glad we're besties.
Well, it kind of smells the same as a soda.
They're very crunchy. All right. These are better than the soda.
Anna's like, what the hell is this?
They're pretty bad, though.
Yeah, it smells like Coke.
It doesn't taste like an Oreo or Coke.
The cookies taste staler than a regular Oreo.
What color?
The Coke cookie is tasting like lemon. It tastes like processed lemon.
Yeah,
A
chemical
little
lemon.
bit like the lemon filling in
Oh, I
one
get
of those
that.
Girl Scout cookies, whichever ones have the
Yes.
lemon icing in them. That's
Yep.
this flavor.
Now, aren't you supposed to dip
I was going to say,
the
I
Oreo
feel like
cookie
someone
Oh
has
my
to.
God.
into the fizzy soda?
I'll do
Sarah
it.
is dipping the,
I am
doing the
not
cookie.
this brave.
Oh, yeah, I
I
know.
don't want to, but I mean, you brought us here, Imelda.
Oh, God.
That's
Oh, it's so much worse in the
it.
Coke.
Yeah. I don't recommend anyone.
Now, too, you have cookie dust in your Coke.
Yeah, it's
So you don't want to
just
eat the
floaties.
cookie or drink the Coke.
Well, what we didn't say at the beginning of this is everyone has to finish their entire.
Nope.
No.
Not
Actually,
doing
a
it.
light form of food hazing here at Eat Drink DFW. Just kidding.
Okay, we're gonna take a harsh right.
That sounds
look.
good.
I'm not saying it feels like fall outside, but when it comes to the temperature, it actually is a little folly today. But when you're from Texas or living in Texas, the trigger for autumn is football season 100% of the time, especially college football season, especially if you grew up in a city like I did that didn't have a professional
Oh,
football team.
poor Austin.
RIP. It's still very much alive. So Sarah, you are probably our most invested football fan in these parts. Gotta know, what are you eating and drinking this football season?
Well, we football hard in my house, and football is a sport, sure. I'm not that interested in that part. Like, I do watch many, many hours of football every fall. It's fine. It's fine. I know some things about it. I don't know everything. But the eating and drinking before and after and during the football game is my sport. And so one of the reasons that we traveled to so many college football games is because of the before, during, and after for me. So we do host a tailgate with a bunch of other Texas A&M fans. I went to Mizzou. I want to say out loud for anybody who's listening, I studied journalism there. My husband went to Texas A&M. If you've ever met an Aggie, they have these deep traditions when it comes to football and school and everything else. And it's like hard not for it to become part of your orbit if you're married to one of these people. So we go down to College Station a lot and we feed a lot of people. We're trying not to buy too much food. The goal is everybody eats everything they want, but then you don't overspend on stuff. So the last couple tailgates, we've done sandwiches, barbecue. Last season, one of my favorite things we did was Chase and I brought down our Uni pizza oven, which comes with a cute little carrying case.
Ooh.
And we made a couple dozen pizzas for our friends. It did take all day and I was covered in flour. But it was like this super fun thing and everybody could come up and top their own pizza. So like rolled out the dough in real time on a moderately sanitized folding table. And then Chase was on cooking the pizzas. And so that was one of our most favorite things to eat before a football game. But we also go on the road to see football games too. So we're about to go to Florida. I've never been to the Swamp. And so we will go and see a football game there. We will eat their food and drink their drinks. And we've done that in so many other cool cities. Like the reason why I had Bojangles and Zaxby's is because we went to SEC road games and tried their fast food. You know, when we went to Alabama, we went to Galette's, which is one of their most popular bars, and they're famous for this Yellow Hammer vodka drink, which is like a jungle juice of sorts that can really get you in trouble. But it's like you don't want to go to somebody's city without eating or drinking what their thing is. We went to Tennessee a couple of years ago and flew in and out of Nashville and ate just everything there was to eat in Nashville. And we went to Peyton Manning's bar in Knoxville, Tennessee. So to me, football is rooted in the place where the people are from. And I just think it's a cool opportunity to show people, you know, where you're from and what you like to eat.
Yeah, I feel Bojangles so much because I went to college in North Carolina.
Yeah.
A spicy Cajun filet biscuit, a bowberry biscuit was part of our college culture. I went to Wake Forest, which does have a football team. Did I make it past halftime at any game? Absolutely not.
No.
It's the anti-Aggie culture, 100%.
Yeah. Now, that bowberry biscuit, do you remember when you, the born and raised Whataburger kid, you know, had your first Bojangles? It was like kind of a big deal.
So in my family, you know, we grew up in Texas. So the first time I ever saw a Bojangles, we looked my mom dead in the eye and asked her what Bojangles was. Which I'm not the first person to think that, but I do remember the bowberry biscuit.
But unsee it now.
You can't unsee Bojangles.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think one of the things I want to know, I know you did not have a college football team, Claire. I'm very sorry.
Did not.
But you just came back from the Olympics. Are there any Olympic foods you'd bring back with you? Any taste memories that you're like, man, we need to incorporate this into our college food culture?
Yeah, baguettes, for sure. I feel like baguettes could have a place at any sporting event after having experienced them at sporting events.
Imagine seeing them on a college campus in the way you see them in a European city, like from a cart or something, right? And you're like walking, you know, from the education building to the biology building, and it's like lunchtime-ish, and you're hungry, and you like pull out a couple bucks, and you could have that like Parisian baguette that you had at one of the sporting events.
Yeah, as long as it's crusty, you know, sign me up.
Yeah.
So I am not a football person. I appreciate, though, that football can be used as a food event. I really like that. I
Yeah.
like the ceremony of things. I love Super Bowl parties because I
same.
love dips,
Oh, yeah.
and I love parties where it's not actual real food. It's just an assortment of tiny things and
Yep.
dips.
Yep.
And so I love that side of things. I'm a basketball fan. I watch a lot of basketball, but I don't associate basketball with like good food. Like going to Mavs games, I'm like, all right, I got to eat beforehand,
Yeah. I
right?
was
Like
just
it's
gonna
not a
say.
food thing.
Yeah. And there are things to eat at all the stadiums, sure. But even if you were having friends over for March Madness, like what would that be? It's somehow different than if it's a Dallas Cowboys game.
Right. It's
Even if
not-
it's at the same time or something.
Yeah, it's not quite the same. So I appreciate that about football, that it has
Mhm.
become quite like a food focused thing. But I also, you know, I'm not the person that you probably want sitting next to you at a football game anyway, because I'm largely uninterested and will just socialize the whole time and not paying attention to what's happening. And that's how I feel about like going to restaurants or bars to watch sports too. Like I would talk too much to be a good companion for that kind of thing.
I just want to tell you that I'm totally fine if you want to talk through the whole football game. I'll talk to you.
I'm the friend who sits with my back to the TV for NFL games. I'm a college football girl, but for NFL, I'm like happily will take the chair that does not have a single view of a TV.
Yeah.
And I'll just talk at you while you ignore me politely.
That works.
So you are not a fan of NFL games.
I just didn't have a team growing up.
Okay.
I felt very out of place. So it's like,
true.
you know, we were just kind of in between being in Austin. But okay, have you taken college football culture. Do you like college football? Do you like football at all, Imelda?
This is new for me. In Mexico, we used to have these football games also in college, but
But like real football.
yeah, but they were not great. I mean, uh, we are more attached to soccer, as you know, and but here, we as a family we get together usually for big games. You know, the Super Bowl or the World Cup, the World Series, and for food, I don't know, wings. That they're normal stuff. Yeah, and sometimes with the Mexican team of soccer, they are bad people. They are really bad, but I mean, it's a good pretext to get together and eat some food and everything. But yeah, they are bad. So we try to not to make anything with avocado because our abuelitas told us that when you eat avocado and you get angry, you get sick.
I thought you were going to say because they go brown,
No,
not because you get sick if you're
yeah,
upset.
that's a myth.
Run that back.
Obviously.
Say that again. You can't eat avocado
Yeah, that's
because if you get angry, it will make you sick.
yeah, that's correct.
Why?
Your liver or something like that. I don't
Just
know.
like a it's a legend.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but I mean, if you search on the internet, you will find even articles about this. Like, no, don't worry, you can eat the avocado every time. So, but it's okay. I mean,
This is
it's
like
a
a
myth
no
for us.
guacamole zone, like just in
Yeah,
case.
just
Which
in
is
case.
such a normal thing to bring
Yeah.
to a tailgate or a
I
game
know.
viewing,
I
but
know.
apparently we shouldn't do that.
No, I mean, if your team is a winner, bring it. If not, mm-mm.
So I think I have the perfect football food: jalapeno poppers.
Yeah.
It just like there's no job for that dish except for during football. Also, like at Thanksgiving, is somebody bringing jalapeno poppers?
Mm.
No, even though there is football on during Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
But I just, at Easter, is someone bringing jalapeno poppers? No, those need to happen during football. And in
Mhm.
fact, last weekend we made 3 versions of jalapeno poppers at home because football was also on at home, just to like check out what was the best one. So we did. It's a jalapeno, and of course you wrap them all in bacon. And we had pimento cheese in one, and like a Trader Joe's buffalo chicken dip in the other, which ended up being too gooey,
Mm.
and some just pepper jack cheese in the
Mhm.
third. And most restaurants, especially barbecue places, will do like a brisket cream cheese thing in the middle, which we didn't have that at our house, but that would have been a fourth. But I don't know. I think jalapeno poppers are perfect for football food.
Yeah.
And they don't have avocado in them,
Oh, that's good.
which is
Good
great.
news.
Yeah, you would think that I really enjoyed entertaining for college football with how much I love it. No one wants to go over to someone's house that doesn't have cable. I don't have cable. I've been a cord cutter since I was 22. I've never had cable in my adult life. And so anytime I've had people over to watch sports, it goes really horribly wrong because people can't log into it on my account or I just don't have access to the game. So
Like, what do you mean you don't have the Super Bowl?
yeah, so I go places to watch them. My highest recommendation is be willing to throw bows. If you don't get there early enough, you're going to be fighting some SMU kids, and it's going to be okay. But the places with plentiful TVs that I like their food too. That's probably Mayor's Garden. Some people say Myers. I never know the answer. No one tells me straight either.
I don't know which it is, but it is based on a place by the same name from like 100 years ago, maybe
That's
more.
cute.
Yeah, in Dallas.
Yeah, it's in that former Jake space on Henderson. I also love Katy Trail Ice House. It's a good one when the weather is nice. It's got the shade even when the weather's kind of hot. One of the newer ones for me, and I watched some of the Olympics here. They don't have plentiful TVs, but man, the food's good. Is Green Point's it's the seafood and oyster bar in the Knox district.
Sure.
And if you sit at the bar, you're likely to make a friend. There's a bartender named Dylan who just has these fabulous drinks that never made the original menu there that I feel like he's like a little bit angry didn't make the but he'll make them for you and you can still order them. But there's this one with vanilla and passion fruit and prosecco.
Mm.
And if you mentioned it, it has to be Dylan because no one else would know what you were talking about. He can make it for you. Yeah, I think the newest one that I've stopped by that I want to sit at their bar and watch things is Doughbird. And that's a brand new opened within, the past few weeks in Inwood Village. And they had huge TVs, really comfy looking bar stools, and the food was so good. I was really, really pleased with that.
Okay, I have a question about etiquette with this kind of thing. as someone who does not go sit at like restaurants and bars to watch sports, there's been times where I've wanted to, again, because I'm an extrovert and I like being around people and I like a reason to like gather around things. But I never want to eat or drink enough to sit there for that whole time. Like I feel bad like taking up a seat if I'm not like constantly ordering. Is the expectation if you're like going to a place to watch a game, are you expected to just be like ordering stuff the entire time you're there? Or is it like bringing a laptop to a coffee shop where it's like, okay, you're going to overstay your welcome here pretty soon? Or are you totally welcome to stay there for the duration of the entire game?
I think they're welcome to. I think when there's a game on that there's a likelihood that someone's going to sit there and squat. I think it is expected that you're going to continue to order things. For instance, if your drink is empty, you will probably order another drink. Especially with college football on a Saturday, someone's probably not typically getting tips or drink orders at 2 o'clock on every Saturday if there aren't games. So there's a feel to it. I think some places you can tell they are not welcome to it. Hudson House has the tiniest TVs I've ever seen at the one in Lakewood that used to be an IHOP. And I would say that they're discouraging you from staying because the TVs are so tiny. Greenpoint and Doughbird both have very large TVs because I think they want you to see it.
One thing I've wondered too is like, okay, if I'm not gonna order 3 hours worth of food and drinks, could you like tip as though you did and just order
Yes,
like is that
although, Claire, I've never gone to a bar and not wanted something when somebody comes by. No?
maybe I would. I always have felt that pressure, like, oh, that sounds like a big commitment to sit there for 3+ hours and keep ordering.
Especially if you're with a group, somebody always wants a drink.
That's
And
true.
I think the math goes like if there are drinkers at the table, everybody's drinking, call it a drink an hour. And if you are with some really big drinkers, there might be more than that. So that's already like quite a few mixed drinks to bring around to the table or buckets of beer or whatever. And then so and so wants this appetizer, somebody else wants that, and then they're going to share a sandwich and they're going to share. I feel like there's always something to order.
Yeah.
That's true. I just need to go with people who will take the pressure off me
Yeah.
and just keep ordering.
Yeah, if you're with a big enough group, everybody's eating and drinking for the most part, I think. But it's a thoughtful concern because there is camping out. Like if you're going to go for an entire football game, what serious football fan, near the end of the third quarter is going to be like, I don't care what happens.
Yeah. No, and I'm very mindful of that, like having worked in the service industry, having been a waiter, like I never want to take up space if I'm not actively ordering things, if I'm not,
Yeah.
and so that's always been like my concern about going to watch sports is like, oh, I don't know if I can live up to what they need me to do.
Yeah. No.
I think restaurants are getting better about setting expectations, though. For instance, I think we've all received those notices now. You have an hour and a half at this table. You have 2 hours at this table.
Right.
I think they would probably set that expectation ahead of time if that was the case. But typically, a place with plentiful TVs knows you're a squatter.
Yes, one good example, I was at Christie's recently and they have a 5-person minimum at the bigger tables. And so like if one of your friends goes and you're not there yet, they can't just surf at a table alone when there are dozens, if not more, people standing around waiting for drinks elsewhere. So like those are usually like little signs on the table that tell you, I mean, it's a good point, Anna, that like we're sort of now being directed to know how to act, possibly because some people don't know how to act and we have to be told. But like that's great for somebody because I think my friend waiting for us might have just sat down at a table, not thinking she was being frustrating, but was like kind of ready to sit down and order a drink. Well, they're like, you can't be one person at a table for 6 needing a drink. You need to stand by the bar or you need to have all your friends come.
But I think everything flows with the game. If you are going to be there like 4 hours and the game is on, I mean, your friend's going to be like eating and drinking. I think, yeah, it's a natural thing to do, and restaurants know it. Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any new places folks should check out, or maybe not should check out, but at least they're new?
Yes, I made a list of 3 and they all begin with L. So if you want to go watch sports at a place that doesn't begin with L, you got to get your mind right. I'm just kidding. Lonnie's is open on Henderson Avenue. This is a big backyard, a lawn, if you will, with a bunch of tables and some umbrellas, certainly buckets of beer. People were absolutely spilling out of there at recent football games, right, Anna?
It made me so uncomfortable. Average age, depends on what you like and what you're looking for, probably 24.
Average.
That was and I mean average. I know what the word means. I'm not great at math, but I do know that.
Yeah.
And it was
It was too young for Anna.
people aplenty.
Was it for a specific game?
Maybe Texas, maybe not.
Yeah, they
Arkansas
were
was
playing they were playing in the middle of that.
They were playing at the same time too, which is probably why Saturday was kind
So
of
it's
wild.
college age people.
Yeah.
As to be expected for
Yeah.
a college game. Yeah.
Another L, Lucky Dog Saloon, which is the Katy Trail Ice House indoor bar in Uptown nearby. So if you're more of an indoor person than outdoor person, Lucky Dog has TVs and just feels like a place where you could go chill. It's kind of like dark in there in a nice way, to where if it's 2 o'clock and it's hot outside, Lucky Dog might be your like nice inside spot.
Is this the spot that went in where the art store
Yes,
used to be? Oh,
Hazel
okay.
Acres.
Okay. Yeah.
It looks great in there. And they made it look old, like wood floors, kind of some wood paneling on the walls, and bunch of old signs, like a big red Pegasus and things that feel very Dallas.
What's nice about that is that if you went to Katy Trail to go catch a game and it's packed, which often is the case,
Yep.
it's nice that this Lucky Dog Saloon is so close that you like have an option for another place to go to and try
Totally.
if you can't get into Katy Trail.
Yes. And then my last L is local public eatery. This is a sports bar and more casual restaurant than its sibling restaurant, Joey, which is at North Park. But local public eatery is going in part of the area where Henderson Tap House was on Henderson Avenue. But it's a huge place, and it will open, if it's not open by the time this podcast is out, soon. And I think it'll be a big place to watch football.
Yeah. I think that's really, really exciting.
It's a place for adults, I feel, unlike Lonnie's, and they're so close to one another. So if you're over the average age of 24, maybe you're more of a local public eatery person and less of a Lonnie's person.
You could drop off your kids at Lonnie. Then you could go across the street to local public eatery.
My kids are 4 and 8, so I don't know that they want me sending my kids there, but point taken, Anna.
You know something that we had in Mexico that I haven't found here? I used to go to watch the Super Bowl at the movie theater,
What?
and it was great.
Like
it's
on
a
the giant
great-
screen?
Yeah, a
I
giant
was there.
screen. A lot of food, cinema food, like wings and popcorn and everything. But a lot of people like really yelling at you. I mean, not at you, with you, and see the game. And I don't know. It was such fun. And here you don't have that. I don't know
I
why.
feel like Alamo Draft House definitely should do that if they don't already.
Yeah.
That seems like such a fit for them.
Yeah.
Also, those chairs.
Yeah.
Remember how much more comfortable a movie theater is today than it was when we were children.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like you could put your feet up. They will bring you a blanket at some places.
Mhm.
You had to bring that in your purse before.
Yeah.
It's a great point. The new thing that's open is Cosm. Do y'all know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
It is the immersive full, I think it's a 180 experience. It is
How do you spell that?
COSM.
I was concerned about that. It's
It
close
was-
to Cosmix,
Hmm.
McDonald's beverage company, but even fewer letters.
I was seeing it in my head as you pronouncing chasm incorrectly.
That's 100% possible, but not right now. This is
No, I feel like we're ruining something that Anna says is
brand
cool. Okay,
new.
Cosm.
It is cool. It's extremely expensive to go, but it's almost like you are standing on the sideline of a game. So they showed the Michigan Texas game there,
Cool.
and it looks really cool. But I think the tickets are super expensive.
Where is this?
It's in Grandscape. I just followed them on
Okay.
Instagram. Recommend. This is worth looking up. COSM. Cosm.
Cosm. Speaking of expensive things, though, Claire, I did want to talk to you a little bit about your experience at Fond AD.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a little bit of a turn from sports, but kind of a sport for people who are serious about food. So Fond is a restaurant in downtown Dallas. It opened last year, a year ago, exactly, just about. And it is a great lunch spot, and they do an aperitivo. And they also do these monthly tasting menu dinners. Tasting menu might not be right. Fixed menu dinners.
Mhm.
And for those who knew of or were familiar with or had gone to Frank Underground, this is the reincarnation of Frank Underground. So Frank Underground was this dinner series, this communal dinner series put on by and started by Chef Jenny Kelly, which, fun fact, she was part of the band Polyphonic Spree, which is so random and fun.
That is fun.
And now she's a chef. She
Yeah.
became a chef you know, after that
Hope
career that she had.
tacked that on her Instagram bio.
And
You know?
well, isn't that like just like the coolest
Fun
background?
fact.
Yeah. So anyway, she started Frank Underground, and I think in 2012. Don't quote me on that, and it was this really cool concept. She hosted it in her Deep Ellum loft, and would have these themed monthly dinners. Think of themes like The Godfather,
Oh,
things
wow.
like that, where every course was part of that theme and like super creative. And it went on for years, and it was super popular. Very hard to get seats at. It was kind of lottery system and
Wow.
donation based. It was because she could only fit 20 people at a time in her little apartment, and did really well. And she stopped that in 2019. She went on with her husband and fellow chef, to open Bond, the restaurant. And in January, they restarted those dinners that she used to do at the restaurant, and it's now called Fond AD. So these happen once a month. They are themed. I went to the August dinner, which the theme was back to school, and it was so fun. Every dish was kind of a throwback to like a nostalgic childhood lunchroom
I
dish.
see.
Like the first course came in a paper sack, and it was a diagonally cut PB&J made with house-made bread, a foie gras peanut butter,
Yeah.
and homemade blackberry jam. Um, there was like a mac and cheese made with lobster. There was alphabet soup. That was some of the best broth I've had in a very long time. It was just a really cool concept. And you're sitting there with people who are strangers. You're sitting next to strangers, 19 other people, some of whom you may know if you guys got tickets together, and others who are new friends. And so I kind of did a behind the scenes look at this, and interviewed Jenny about this, and heard a lot about like why she started this, and how popular it's become. And it's it's a like I said, it's a ticketed thing. It's $175 per person. So, this is a pricier dinner compared to other tasting dinners and fixed price dinners, not on the same level as some that can get really, really pricey. But it's just a really fun way to dine and to mix it up than just kind of your typical night out. And they release the tickets every month, and announce the theme and the guest chef for that month ahead of
There's
time.
guest chefs.
They're guest chefs. Yeah, that's something that they've just recently started that they'll be doing every month. And it's just a really cool thing, I think, for people who are really into food and really into our local food scene. It's something I would put on your to-do list at some point.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Do you get to wear the clothes for the theme? I don't know,
Oh,
Lord of the Rings, Great Gatsby, things like
that's a
that.
good question.
Mm.
I did not see anyone in school uniforms at the dinner that I went
Wow.
to. But
How
honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if people do get into it. I mean, there are people who are really dedicated who go to everyone if they can get a ticket. Um, Jenny was telling me that they have been invited to the weddings of people who like met at these dinners, and
awesome.
or have gone to every single one, or like had a first date, things like that. It's really become a very like intimate thing like that for some people, and that's exactly what Jenny was hoping for, was to really make dining intimate and personal and fun.
I love it.
Yeah, when I think about something like that, my question to y'all is whether there's anywhere that's worth the price for you every time. Because I feel like that's something you would 100% go back to, Claire.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, $175 does seem like a lot for that to me. But I know we only talked about PBJs and mac and cheese. I know
Yeah.
there's a lot to it, but that's a big one. Because I think in terms of couples,
Right. Yeah.
so like that's a much bigger number for two.
Yeah. Yeah. It adds up. And it was 8 courses plus like starter, when you walked in the door. I walked out of there like I don't need to eat again for maybe 3 days. So I definitely like
Okay.
felt like it was way more food than I was expecting.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel like, you know, that's the worst feeling is to like shell out money for something like that. I've had those dinners here in Dallas where
Yeah.
I go pick up a burger after
Yeah.
because I'm still hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would say I think it is worth the price for those who can justify it.
If we're looking at $175, which I think is a good like number for like quite a splurge, but still something really special, I would put that money toward a Japanese restaurant and go have omakase.
Hmm.
One of the things I love about many of the omakase restaurants we have in Dallas, and I love this about them worldwide, is that uh, you get so many courses of one bite food, usually raw fish, prepared expertly and quickly. And so you can eat 18 courses in 90 minutes. And I just think that's really special because we've all been to a 5-course dinner that took 4 hours. And that doesn't work for most people's lives. And so I love the idea of clean, beautiful raw fish that's served so efficiently. And that efficiency is part of the dinner. That would be where I'd spend my $175. And that's about what those places cost.
Mhm.
Tatsu, for
Yeah.
instance, is just right around that price per person.
I think if we are thinking about couples dinner, yeah, maybe I don't know. My go place is Saloon. I love that place because every month they change the menu. So, and the chef is great, Abraham Saloon. And if you go with your family, that will be like a big, big hole in your pocket, right? So I'm thinking about. I love those places, Texas do Brasil, Fogo de Chao. I mean, they are great, great value for your money because you get a lot of food, a lot of vegetables and meat and everything, and they are not so expensive. So you can go with your family over there, and I love that.
That's a very practical take
Yep.
on it too. It's a good way to think about it because especially the expensive restaurants I like that are not tasting menu oriented, man, could I put a dent into those menus with $175 a person.
Yep.
No menu item left standing. All right. And that's all the time we have for Eat Drink DFW this week. We appreciate you tuning in and we want to hear from you. Again, you can reach us anytime via email at eatdrink@dallasnews.com to share your thoughts and questions. This show is produced by Billy Kidd. To catch up on every episode of this show and hear more from our newsroom, just follow the Dallas Morning News wherever you get your podcasts. And if you like what you hear, please rate the show and leave a review. Find links to all of our work at dallasnews.com/listen. You'll also find a special membership offer there just for listeners. For the news, I'm Anna Butler. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Eat, Drink, DFW from the Dallas Morning News is made possible by Central Market.